If I told you that you could have an expert work for you for free and make your life easier, is that something you'd be interested in? In this video, I'm going to talk to you about 5 reasons why you should hire a travel agent that specializes in destination weddings to help you plan your destination wedding and give you tips on how to work with them to plan your destination wedding. Hi, I'm Jack with DestinationWeddingEase.com. I'm here to talk to you about why we think it's a great idea to hire a travel agent that specializes in destination weddings. So here's our 5 top reasons on why you should hire a travel agent to help you plan your destination wedding. Number 1, you are the bride and groom. You're a VIP. You have a job. You are not a professional at planning a destination wedding. Hire someone that does this full time and let them help you make your life easier. Number 2, they know their stuff. If you have the right travel agent working with you, they know the resorts, they know the reality of the resorts, they visited the resorts, they know the planners. They tell you the truth versus what the review sites may say or the advertising. They'll help you find out what the reality is about the resorts. Number 3, they will get you free stuff. They'll get you really good pricing on the resort. They'll get you perks such as free rooms, upgrades, free transfers, free cocktail parties. Every resort is different, but the right travel agent you work with will know who has what promotion running at what time. These promotions change all the time, and they can help you weed through all of the information out there and find you the perfect resort and the perks for you. Number 4, they're going to tell you the truth. There's no reason for them not to. With all the review sites out there, there is so much information that is just incorrect. It's put out by the resorts, the reviews that are fake reviews. A travel agent that is working as your advocate is going to help you match you with the perfect resort that is for you versus one that you read about and you finally get there and say, is this really what I booked? And number 5, they make your life easier. You have full-time jobs. The travel agent is going to be dealing with the resort, waiting for the planners to respond to you, getting you pricing, dealing with all of your guests. Could you imagine having to deal with 50, 60, 70, 30 people calling you all day long, asking you about the resort? Do they have vegan meals? What type of restaurants do they have? How do I get from the resort to the airport? They will make your life so much easier so that you can enjoy your destination wedding. Okay, let me give you some tips on how to work with a travel agent that specializes in destination weddings to make your life easier and help you find the perfect resort for your destination wedding. The first thing you have to do is find one. And as easy as that sounds, it really isn't. What you really need to do is find somebody that focuses on destination weddings to help you. How do you do that? I would say referral. Talk to someone that has had a destination wedding. Talk to a family member that has used a professional full-time travel agent for another trip. You may also look at the Knot or Wedding Wire and look at some of the reviews. That is really your best bet, is to find someone that focuses a full-time effort on destination wedding planning. You can look at their websites to determine if it's just a tab they have or it's something that they have a dedicated site and they have information about destination wedding planning. Okay, once you've identified the travel professional you want to work with, I think the most important thing at this point would be to schedule a detailed call. At that time, I think it's great for you to lay out exactly what you're interested in for your wedding. Identify what type of rooms you're interested in, how many people you're going to have attending. Will there be adults? Will there be children? What type of food you're interested in having at the resort. Many of these resorts have between 5 to 15 restaurants, but periodically we'll hear from a client that says, my family and friends love sushi, so I need a resort that has sushi. Or we may have friends and family that are vegetarian. We want to make sure that all the menus have vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free options. So I think the more information you can provide to your travel professional at that point would be very helpful. Some other things we look at is where are your guests flying from versus where you want your wedding to be. So we can identify if it's realistic to look at, say, guests flying from Maine for a wedding in Puerto Vallarta. Next, I would say you want to sit and review which resorts at that point the travel professional would suggest. At that point, since they're experienced, they've done this many times, they're going to have some resorts on their mind. Get them to explain to you why they like those resorts, what criteria they meet of yours, and why they would suggest hosting for your wedding at these resorts. The next step would be to review the proposals from the resorts with your travel professional. I would ask them to email them to you before so you can digest them a little bit and then schedule a call to go over them. I think what you should see at that point is pricing for the 3 or 4 or 5 night stay. Typically when we provide pricing, it includes the transportation back and forth from the airport because we don't want your guests getting stuck with the timeshare people. If you've been to Cancun, you know what I'm talking about. And we also want them going to have someone at the airport that they somewhat recognize because there's going to be a sign typically with your wedding name or a picture of you so they feel confidence when they get there that they're going with the right people. We typically don't include flights. We can, but that's a complex situation because you have so many people flying from so many other places. In the proposal from each resort, it's going to have the room rates, it's going to have any perks such as room upgrades, free cocktail parties, free rooms, any incentives the resorts are offering you. I think it's very important that you sit down with your professional and review the pricing of the room, which is one thing, any perks you can have in the other thing. Because in some cases, prices at one resort may be slightly lower than the other, but the perks at the other resort may be substantially better. And some of the resorts now are actually giving credits, resort credits, to your guests, which is an amazing thing. Could you imagine a guest coming to your wedding and get to swim with the dolphins for free, or getting their hair done for your wedding for free? So I think as you look at the proposals, you really need to see what the benefits are for you as the host and for your guests. So now you've decided on a resort, you're going to ask your travel professional to request the paperwork from the resort. Typical paperwork will be a contract for your wedding ceremony and events and another contract for your rooms. So you want to review them with the travel professional. We strongly suggest that you do a contract for the rooms. You can do what's called a flex group, which is everybody just calls your travel professional and books the rooms. But in that case, you probably aren't going to get the perks, and everybody's going to pay something different, and they can run out of rooms. With a contracted program, all of your guests, no matter if they book the first day or the last day, are going to pay the same exact pricing. And it also will get you the most perks. It's very important that when you work with a travel professional, that you have all of your guests contact that travel professional to arrange their travel to stay at your wedding. That's how you're going to get the perks, because if the guests go online and find a rate and they book it directly with, say, Expedia, it's not going to be credited to your group. And you want everybody to go through your group so you get the best amenities and perks for you as the host. Now, once everything is signed, sealed, and delivered, here's where the fun starts. Typically, the client, the bride and the groom, is going to start working with the planner at the resort that we introduce you to. You're going to create your menus, all your special events, picking your decor, your linens, your tablecloths, finding a DJ, whatever you want to do. And on our side as a travel planner, we are going to work to build a brochure or a website or whatever you suggest to best communicate with your guests. The key is we want to alleviate the stress for you. So we're going to typically create a brochure or website. You're going to have all of your guests provide the link to the website or provide them a copy of this brochure, and they're going to contact us. We're going to take it from there. If they want to come a day early, we got it. If they want to stay 2 days late, no problem. If they happen to go on the website of the resort and see there's a governor's suite and they want that, we can request it. If they want to go, let's say, on a tour of Tulum because they're in Playa del Carmen, we can arrange that. We are here, your travel professional is here to answer any questions that your guests have about the resort, about travel, about attending your wedding. Anything we can do to make them feel comfortable and confident about attending your wedding, that's what a professional travel agent will do for you. My last hint would be really be open and communicative with your travel professional over your 9 to 18-month relationship for your wedding. The more interactivity you have, ask them to see the rooming list. You want to know who's coming what days, what flights are they on, are they going to be there early enough for my events? They're an important person. Oh, they're leaving 2 days early. How can one person moved from one room to the other because that person's leaving 2 days early, but another one's coming later and I want her in my wedding. I think it's very important just communicate. You are in this relationship to make everything easy for you as well as your guests. So finding the right travel professional will make the experience of planning a destination wedding an amazing experience for you and one your guests will never forget when they get to the resort, because working with your travel partner over the 9-month or 1-year process has been an easy and convenient way for them to arrange their travel. Hopefully this information has been helpful. Hopefully I've convinced you that it's a great idea to find an experienced travel professional to work with you to plan your destination wedding. I'm Jack with DestinationWeddingEase.com, and if you have any other questions, let me know. Please subscribe to our video down here or down here. Feel free to hit the bell so you get notifications. We'll be posting videos about once a week. Hit anything in the comments. If you have any videos you'd like us to produce, let us know. And thank you again for watching the video.